Hi, Jim Oberdorf from Grays. Just touching base with you. I started repairing these trees a while back, and I thought I'd get you up to date. The plates have been installed, but before that, I wrapped and reinforced the tree to give it a little bit more strength before I put the plates on. And the vertical plates were installed along with a new cantle plate. When I do install a cantle plate, I try to keep it down to a minimum. In this case, 2 in the center. I don't rivet in this seam because this is actually where the cantle is attached to the verticals and then anchored to the verticals. The rivets were also upgraded with the hangers. This is a 1/4-inch rivet, opposed to a lot of smaller ones that I typically find in trees. This tree is already upholstered and ready to have the seat put on it. This also was broken in a number of places with the plates that came with the saddle were a little thin. In fact, these were the plates that I found in the tree, which, if you compare the difference of the gauge of steel or metal, you see quite the difference. That probably lent itself to the tree breaking or not having enough support. But the tree, actually the saddle did not come in originally for that problem. I found it just started breaking when the tree came into the shop. Actually, it was over the hangers. The hangers were actually installed on the other side than what you see, similar to this fashion where the block is proud or away from the tree. The player that rides in this saddle has a tendency of pushing his feet back like he's pushing off a wall, or a swimmer does at the end of a pool. So he kept losing his leathers and losing his seat, and sometimes actually falling off a couple of times. So before they got the saddle to me, they were tying the stirrup leathers to the D-rings on the front of the saddle, which is not recommended. It's almost like a suicide mission. If you ever get dragged, they'll never let go, because these triggers are there, so God forbid you do get into a situation that you're going to be dragged, at least they'll release from the pressure. So this resetting of the hangers will bring the hangers closer to the rest of the saddle, still allowing the leathers to fit in or be fed in, but not so far away as to be so loose that they come off. The other thing that I discovered was this tree has a head plate that typically stops here. It continues all the way down the fork. That also brought the plate or the hanger further away from the rest of the saddle, allowing more space for that leather to travel. Now it's closer, it's parallel with the tree, and as I say, closer, so when the panels are there and everything, it will give it enough pressure to stay in place, and then you put the triggers in, and this shouldn't be an issue anymore. So these are some things that you find. If you have these issues, that's a remedy for that problem. And like I said before, new or old, they always end up having similar problems, and are worth fixing as long as it's done correctly. So thank you very much. We'll see you later. Thank you.